Okay, so yeah, welcome everybody. This is day one of our Mastering the Metrics Masterclass. So somebody trying to scam me. Sorry, I'm going to shut these comments off for now. So today what we're going to get into is more of just the course syllabus, the general overview, and kind of just going over what we're going to cover so you guys know what to expect for the rest of the week. So yeah, my name is Mitchell. If you don't have an account already, you can either DM some of us directly or send an email to management@traderlink.io. We do have a demo package available for everybody right now for free that covers the full week, so that if you don't have access to the dashboard right now, you can sign up at that and then kind of follow along and maybe implement some of what you learned throughout the masterclass and actually test the platform out. So again, my name is Mitchell DeYoung. I am one of the co-founders of Traderlink. I mainly handle the programming and some of the UI. So I've been trading overall for about 6 or 7 years and probably trading full time for probably the last 3 to 4. Hassan and I were working on a version of a platform like Traderlink at the same point in time that she and Gio were. And then we kind of combined to come up with this significantly better program. So we've been building this for about 3+ years now. So we're really excited that we're finally at the point we're able to roll out and show it to you all. It's a crazy amount of information. The changes that this platform alone has made to my style of trading, it's night and day. Like if I was to look at where I was at before we even worked on this, the logic or just the entering or what I'm looking at is so dramatically different than what we have access to now. But we'll let the rest of the team introduce themselves before we move on.
Okay, so my name is Jonathan Sheen. I am a co-founder of Traderlink and Apex with Geo. So I started trading back in 2018 in October, and never really full-time until recently. My credentials kind of lead to just background at hedge funds. I've worked at 2 hedge funds previously to this. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Hassan?
My name is Hassan Marafi. I've been trading pretty much my entire adult life. Started trading when I was 18 years old. As I developed as a trader, I've definitely leaned more towards the quantitative side of trading. I do have a bachelor's and a master's of finance in finance. So a lot of my background comes from quantitative. I did not really tap into the quantitative till about 6 years into my trading, when I met Jonathan and Gio. They kind of helped me see the market in a kind of a different way, especially when I met Gio. His way of looking at the market was kind of the same way that I did my master's in, but I never really tapped into it until I saw what gamma Vanna exposure does. But I'm mainly an order flow trader. I use time and sales and dark pool trading in a lot of my trades. And that's what I'm going to be talking about mainly during this mastermind, which is the order flow, time and sales, and dark pool.
Yeah, and I am Gianni Gonzalez. I've been involved with finance since as far back as I can remember. I started trading based on equities and slowly transitioned into different types of derivatives and the science behind them and how they work, and deciphering different types of hedging flows and how they can influence the market and how you can turn a quick profit on different market makers, market dealers, and how they position themselves.
All right, so that is us in a nutshell. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cover what we're looking at for the rest of the week, just so everybody knows. I know that some things are more important to certain people. As traders, we all kind of have different ideas of what we look at when we're actually making trades. So this is just to help you all kind of get an idea of what the week is going to be structured like. So today's going to be really basic. We're just going to go through the days and go over the dashboard itself. Make sure that you understand how to log in, how to add modules, how to link the modules together, remove and move certain things. So today is a very straightforward class. So if you have access to the dashboard and you don't know how to use it, I would recommend following along as we go through. So we actually had a change in the course structure. So you can see that this says day 3. We swapped days 2 and 3. Hassan, do you want to explain why we ended up doing that?
Yes, so the reason I swapped day 2 and day 3, so if you see day 2 was supposed to be time and sales, but I kind of put dark pools before time and sales because I think they go hand in hand together. So I want to talk about dark pools and understanding dark pools and why we use them and how they exist. And then I want to relate dark pool to time and sales because just because they go hand in hand. So for dark pool, we're going to kind of understand what the levels mean and how we can get those numbers. And then from time and sales, what we're going to do is we're going to be able to determine how we can find the imbalance when we come close to the dark pool levels, pretty much.
So then now what we have for day 2, that'll also be you, Hassan.
Yes, so day 2 will be pretty much time and sales, the pulse of the financial markets. We're going to go over time and sales, how to use time and sales, how to determine where the imbalance is, and how to understand where the momentum is. I believe time and sales is the heartbeat of the market. It shows you every single transaction, who's buying and who's selling. So when it comes to time and sales, I think it's one of the most important tools to understand price action. At the end of the day, when we're looking at candlesticks, they're lagging indicator to the time and sales. So what you see on the time and sales is probably the only real-time indication of what's happening in the market. From an indicator perspective, it's a non-lagging indicator.
And then Sheen and Gio, this is all you. You guys are like the wizards here.
Yeah, so to start off for day 4, this is when we're gonna, dive into all the Greeks, at least the more important ones that we mostly use on a daily basis. So obviously the first off is being gamma exposure. Then the next one would be Vana exposure, and the third one would definitely be charm exposure, and the fourth one is speed exposure. Following those, following the basics of all those, we're going to go into what we call the cheat sheet. And the cheat sheet essentially can give you some sort of general direction to watch for the day. Following the cheat sheet, that's pretty much how we're going to finish it off. We don't want to overcrowd you with everything. However, the main ones that are used on a more daily basis and relative basis is what we will be going into.
So hopefully by the time we get to day 4, for a lot of you that have been in the server for a while, you see that we've been working on something that we're calling Apex AI. So at this point in time, we have a cheat sheet on how to actually read through some of these exposures and what they mean, but we've been developing something that hopefully can eliminate that and really make understanding what is going on in all of these charts a little bit easier. So my hope is that by that point we get there. So for those that were asking about that earlier, this is ideally where we'll start to unveil that.
I do have the one thing to say about day 2 and day 3. I know it says 1-hour classes. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My classes are never an hour. They're usually longer. So for tomorrow and for day 2 and day 3, it'll probably be an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'll be honest with you. So I do like to take my time, especially when going into dark pools and going into time and sales. I mean, my case study alone is 45 minutes long. So yeah. So
we might be running a little longer. I know today's class is going to be pretty quick, so I just put the hour as kind of a guideline for those that can't end up staying and watching the whole thing. Like I mentioned at the start, everything will be recorded. So if you did register and we do have your email, you'll be able to access all the stuff from every single class into the future. So we'll be posting that in a kind of a hidden YouTube link. So it will be there for you to review later on. It's always 5 p.m. Pacific time. So 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, so and then day 5, after we've kind of gone through all of this, we're going to sit during market hours on Friday. And the way that we use this is we usually have the dashboard and a regular chart up side by side. So we're not going to be signaling, so I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. This is not for any sort of signaling play, and if we take anything, we probably won't mention it. The whole purpose of this 5th day is to show you how we're actually utilizing the dashboard in reading the chart at hand. So I think that seeing that and seeing some firsthand utilization from the people that built it is going to help you along and kind of give you a better idea of what our workflow is, so you can start to craft your own. Now, let's pull this demo up. Can everybody still see my screen? Can you now see the Traderlink website?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so after you have logged into the website, it's very easy. You just need to hover over Apex dashboard and then click. So for the new to the dashboard, this is going to be useful for those of you that have already, been utilizing this dashboard for any period of time. This is going to be a recap for you. So let's clear everything first, and then we'll start from scratch. So the first time that you log into the dashboard, you're going to see something similar to this. I believe that we have 3 or 4 modules set up. Let's get out of this. The actual layout of the dashboard is meant to be very easy to use. So we decided that rather than have individual pages for each of the modules, we wanted to create something that allowed you as an end user to build a platform that met your style of trading. So the Traderlink Apex dashboard is fully modular. No 2 layouts need to look the exact same. So if you are somebody that is more focused on order flow or unusual options, that will take up more space than somebody that is solely looking for the exposures to base their trading off of. So after you've logged into the dashboard, you're going to go over to the right-hand side. And once you click the Edit Dashboard button, you'll see an Edit Dashboard Components button pop up. So after you click that, you're presented with a full list of all the modules, right? So from this point, it becomes very simple. All you need to do is click the modules that you are looking to see and then hit save. So once they're saved, they don't necessarily appear in the order that you have them on the right-hand side. All you need to do from this point, as long as the dashboard is unlocked, is you can drag and drop each individual module into place. So this allows you full creative freedom to lay out your dashboard how you want in a way that's important to you. So for myself personally, the way that I have everything set up is I'll go and I'll have gamma exposure. Where is it? Vana exposure somewhere. I'll have speed up. I'll have my top market orders for regular orders and dark pool orders. And then I will have my time and sales. So once we do that, this will refresh the layout for everything. And then I just drag and drop everything into my layouts. This up, and then I'm going to take time and sales down. So somebody was asking when you actually load these items into your dashboard, if it will save to your profile. So at this current point in time, the dashboard items are only saved locally. So that means that if you clear your cookies in cache, it will not save your dashboard layout. However, we are looking to build a feature to save this in. In a perfect world, we'd be able to find a layout that we like, save it to the server, and then be able to copy and paste it to other users' ends. So like if you've ever used Thinkorswim, when you export a module or you export a layout, you get a link that's generated. If you open that link in your platform, it would then copy that entire layout over. So that is something that we have talked about and something that we will likely implement in the future. It makes it easier, and it's kind of cool if Hassan or Sheen or Gio wanted to take their layout and be like, hey guys, this is what I'm using. You can simply click it, load it into your platform. So that is where we would like to go. But at this point in time, if you click that little thing where it's like clear cookies and site data, your whole layout will be gone. So please just keep that in mind. Once you click save, it saves only to your machine. So if you log in somewhere else, you will also need to redo the layout.
I mean,
So
unless you trade from a different place every day, that's not going to be an issue. But I mean, I know all of us trade from the same kind of setup every day.
Yeah, all the time. So I mean, even if you have the layout and you're on two different machines and you load it twice, like it won't delete either of those layouts. It'll just be, it's unique to each computer. Once you get this far, the first thing that we had an issue with before we really got going was that you had to change the ticker on every individual box to update that information. So what we implemented was a system for linking everything together. Let's get out of this first. That, load this back up. So we can see everything is saved here. The dashboard is locked now. And what we can do is we can click the little gear icon beside each module and we link them. So everything is linked by color. So anything that has, let's say, green will update or red will update across the board. So just to show this briefly, we can do it here. And we're going to take this and we're going to type in Tesla and then click enter. And as you can see, the modules are now linked together so that anything here, anything that is sharing the same color will update. But you notice that the red icons and the white icon did not update. But if we wanted to do that here, everything updates, right? So this allows you to set up multiple systems for the same ticker if that's something you're looking for. So personally, I really only trade SPY or SPX. So I don't really need this for a ton of different tickers at once. But for instance, let's say that you were just interested in checking two different things at the same time, we would kind of put these all up a little bit, and then we would then add the same stuff that we were looking at previously. So we're going to load in another delta, we're going to load in another VANA and another speed exposure, save those. We're going to link this all to green. And then down below, what we would do is we would then link all of these together. So now I could basically go through and be like, oh, cool. On one side, I want to be watching Netflix. And then down here, I still want to be watching SPY, right? So this gives you the opportunity to run multiple tickers while viewing the same information rather than needing to scroll, I guess, back and forth between all of these. So it gives you the ability to actually visualize multiple at the same time. So from there, let's say you want to change what you have on the platform, super easy. All you need to do is click the gear icon for edit components, which pops up the dashboard component selection and delete. Just like that, super simple. So for everybody that's currently utilizing the dashboard, have you all logged in? Does this make sense to you? Is there anything on this side of things that is confusing for you whatsoever? If you could just let me know in the little chat box. Oh, somebody's annotating on my screen. That's cool.
I don't know how to get rid of that.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Me either. That's pretty nuts.
Oh, now
All
I
good,
heard
makes
it. Classic, guys.
I removed it. It's all good.
So you'd love it if the favorite tickers could show up at the top so we could, are you saying, so this is a to N, are you saying that you would like a spot where you could just click the ticker where it kind of saved what your previous looks were? Yeah, I think that's something that we could probably look into. No, so for these, while we find that certain things are a little bit more useful on SPX because all of the exposures take into account the options contract. SPX is 16% of the total options market. So it is exceptionally useful there, but as you can see, you can actually use this for any ticker that you want, right? So everything will come in.
We're working on it. Once for that question, is it for futures? We're working on something for that. As soon as that data gets released, then we'll have it. But as for now, it's kind of not on it. The ball's not in our court for that decision to be made.
Yeah, so our current data provider says that futures data is on their roadmap. So as soon as they push that into production, it will flawlessly integrate with our current system. So that means that we're able to import that data as soon as it becomes available. So, okay, Julian, so yes, just like any platform that is feeding large amounts of real-time data into your system, Depending on what you have there, specifically if you have the time and sales or the footprint up, it will become very resource heavy. Unfortunately, this isn't something that we have control over. You just need to realize like the amount of information that is flooding into your system, because this is all real time. It happens to be quite a lot. So I know that when I have multiple footprint charts up, my computer will start to lag a little bit just because it's sending thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of orders over every couple of seconds. And that's with my system running 64 gigs of RAM. So it can become very resource intensive. But when we're trying to streamline this, but we can only go so far with it. Yeah, so I like, depending on what you're running, sometimes it will become intensive. So the time and sales and the footprint specifically are creating open WebSockets. So what that means is like as market data hits the order book, it will automatically get fed to your computer. So on days with crazy volatility, like an FOMC or a minutes release, it will send a lot of information over to you very quickly. So sometimes that can cause lag. For me, what I've noticed is if I can eliminate other applications on my computer, I am usually better off. So Mark Fernandez was asking on the Traderlink site, is there a way to log in or sign up? So right now we do not officially have paid signups. In the Discord after this class is over, I'll make sure that I post the link for the masterclass sign up so that you can at least have access over the next week while we're going through these courses. So that membership will be free and it will run until September 23rd. So at that point it will close. Traderlink does not officially launch to the public until October 1st. So after that point, you will have to wait until the 1st of October to actually sign up for this. Cool. Yeah, so I think that for the most part, that is the majority of it, right? Like the platform is very simple to utilize. And that's the point. Like there shouldn't be anything difficult about arranging a platform for you to use. The information itself, which we'll cover over the rest of the week, is a little bit more involved, hence why we have more classes for it. But as long as you understand the basics and you kind of can get a grasp on how to log in, how to move stuff around, how to kind of restructure the platform to fit your needs, I think we're ready for day 2. So if anybody has anything else they'd like to add, or if we have any more questions, I'd be happy to jump in on those.
No, you don't need to keep clicking the refresh button on the dashboard to get the data.
Yeah, so
it auto pulls.
everything will automatically update, except for the time and sales and the footprint data every minute, right? If you needed to force refresh it, you could, but everything is already built to auto refresh for you. It'd be very annoying if you had to refresh the data yourself. I would probably go nuts.
Yeah, so tomorrow's class is going to be focused heavily on dark pool orders. We're going to go over a case study. I'm going to go over what happened on Friday. You know, I like to use the most recent data as opposed to coming in and showing you something that happened 3 years ago. I want to show the most recent data because I use dark pool trading literally every single day. Most of the levels that I get as a trader derive from dark pools. So tomorrow's main class is going to be understanding dark pools and how we can kind of pinpoint entries based on dark pool orders, what they are, and how we can go from there. So tomorrow's class is going to be focused heavily on dark pool orders. I know today was just an intro, just kind of showing you the platform, but tomorrow we're going to start diving a little bit deeper.
So, okay, this is actually a really good question. So if we're going to talk about how our platform differs from other platforms, we actually discuss this a lot. So there isn't a single platform that is, you know, practically priced that allows you to have access to all of this information, and not only all of this information, but to be able to set up the dashboard to view it all in one place. So there are other places and other companies like a Flow Algo, but they really only cover unusual options. There are other places or apps, like some people need to use TOS or DAS to read the time and sales, but there's no time and sales, there's no web-based time and sales anywhere. And then if you get into the exposure side of things, there are a few places that offer just the exposures, but a lot of them only offer them in delayed data form, and then some of the people that offer it are charging over $1,000 a month. So this platform is really the best of all worlds. Not only do we have access to all of this information, but it's a reasonable price point for all of these retail traders to actually access. I couldn't justify a price point of $1,000 a month for something like this. So that really is the main difference in terms of what is setting us apart. There isn't another company that offers all of this information at this price point with this ease of use. When we're looking to launch, we're looking to start at $99 a month. I don't know if Sheen or Gio wants to talk about Traderlink. I know that they have certain opinions on that one specifically.
Where's
Yeah.
Gio, bro?
So typically I'm a little bit shy when talking about this stuff, but you know, things like other platforms like Traditics or I don't know, other flows out there, the calculations are far off, far and few in between. I know for a fact that some of their calculations are what's called naive gamma exposure, which is inaccurate in today's world. These types of calculations don't kind of like, they're not able to keep up with today's trading market. And on top of that, we offer 14 different exposures, opposed to the 3 that most platforms use because they're the most known. We have second and third order derivatives, meaning you know, there's the big 3 that everyone knows, Gamma, Vana, and Charm, but there's also speed exposure, charm exposure, or speed exposure, Volga exposure, Voma exposure, and you know, numerous others, Ultima, Vega, a bunch of different ones that, you know, eventually we're going to be pushing out content to teach you guys how to utilize these types of different exposures. Yeah, each one is a derivative of another one and can be used to analyze different market mechanics in terms of like hedging, for example, as one of them. If a hedge fund were to buy an asset, say to go long 30-year mortgage bonds, on top of that, they would need to purchase or sell another asset on top of that to tail hedge their risk. And we're trying to build this platform to expose that type of tail risk in a sense and create a quick profit based on that. And I think that's the real difference between our platforms and others. Calculations slightly better and more to offer in terms of exposures overall.
And less price.
Exactly.
True.
I mean, that's the crazy thing too when we start thinking about it. I know Hassan for years has used DAS just for the time and sales, and that's like $200 a month for one module that we have in here. So there's definitely people, and I know like just for the unusual option side of things, depending on the provider you're looking at, you could be paying, you know, $50 to $150 a month, again, just for one thing that we already have built in. So it saves you from needing to go through and have, you know, 10 different web pages open just to view information. And then it saves you some money, keeps some money in your wallet. And really, it really is easy to use. So all of this combined definitely sets us apart from everybody else in the industry.
Yep. And on top of that, you know, we're also trying to make all of this information easily consumable to people that are beginners, all the way up to intermediate traders and seasoned veterans. You know, with the new modules coming out, we'll be almost literally trying to make you guys money based on the dashboard usage, as simple as, you know, if you can read 3 letters, buy and sell, should be pretty easily explainable.
Yeah, I mean, Gio and I have spent the past 2 years trying to find the best way to simplify this, and now with the new Apex AI that'll be coming out soon, it's pretty much like you kind of just look at it and you get all the info that you really need. But it's important still to understand, like if you want to go into it, understand the actual mechanics of why it's important. That's a different story. But in terms of usage wise, it's you know, we've simplified it down to the absolute basic that we can.
A few people are asking about level 2. So level 2 data is really difficult to get without being at a broker level. So level 2 data is compiled from individual brokers that then pool their information. So this is something that our current data provider has talked about, and I've had a couple of long conversations with them about getting access to that. But it's not something that we currently can do. It would be cool to have, but in order to do that, you have to jump through even more regulatory hoops than we already have. The actual brokers need to be willing to provide this information to an external source. And then we have to be able to get it. So it's something that we would like to have. I think that it really would round out the platform as a whole. But at this point, there's no real expected date on when or if that information is actually going to become available to us. So I think that's it for today. So we'll be looking forward to seeing everybody at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And then we'll start really diving into the platform and how we're utilizing it and how you can use it to improve your trading.
Let's get it, guys. Tomorrow we get dark pool. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna start off a bit, on the easier side, but it is advanced as you can get. So I'm gonna try to explain it in a way that you can explain to a fifth grader. But then I'm gonna, it's an advanced topic. But I think dark pool is fairly relatively easy to understand compared to the other stuff. So yeah, today was just an intro.
Also, as a heads up, it seems like some people don't know, but in the Discord, Jarvis is Mitchell, Hassan is Rippy God, Geo is him. I'm Sheen Trades. Just so, or you could easily just add Traderlink and then in the Discord, and you'll see everyone kind of like pop up.
Yeah.
But
So for those that can't find the link to the free for the free membership that goes to the 23rd, I'm going to copy and paste the link in the Discord. So you can all find that there if you weren't able to get in your email. I don't know, some people are having a difficult time finding the emails, which is obviously not good. So I'm going to post that link in the Discord once we end this class so you guys can all get on and be ready for tomorrow.
there was another question that I just saw, but I just missed it, I guess. No, we don't really live trade in the morning. If you do want to live trade in the morning with like Hassan, you'd have to join Rippy Global, but Traderlink is not a signals or a live trading service. We're strictly trying to be data providers. But on Friday, you will get to see sort of our analysis on the data itself and how it populates and everything. But yeah, that's what we are focusing on, the data.
It's a COD lobby. All right, guys. I appreciate your time. We'll catch you tomorrow. So we're going to start tomorrow at 5 p.m. sharp. So I know today we let it go a little bit into 5, but tomorrow we are going to start at 5. So I will send the link out tomorrow, and if we can all be there early and ready to go, we can get started right at 5 because I know some people have stuff to do.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Does anyone
guys.
have any questions, last minute questions we can answer?
Yeah, you can live trade using the data. That's what we all end up using it for. So it's not something that you can't use when trading live. We're just not going to be doing that and signaling using it. But I mean, that is exactly how we utilize it.
Last day it's just data analysis.
It will be live during market hours, but I don't come into it expecting us to be like, oh, go 4,500 call.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. All right, that's it, y'all. I'll catch. Oh, actually, this is a good question. So is there an option to go back in time and get data? So right now there is no historical data set up for any of the exposures, but this is something that we are working on. Being able to go back and track this historically is it's actually something that is really interesting to me. So we are trying to build the infrastructure to do that, but currently we do not have it. So in my mind, I picture some sort of time slider so we can go back and see all of this stuff.
One other thing I want to bring up, one of the questions is, do you all trade off of Traderlink data, or do some of you just program and build it? No, the four of us here, this is one big thing that Hassan brought up initially, is that this is a platform built by traders for traders. We all use this data on a daily basis to trade. It's not just, a couple of people putting together a cool looking platform. No, this is something that we truly just use on a daily basis, right?
So
just
we
as a
didn't
heads up.
start trading because of it. We built it because we felt like there was a big lack of tools that we needed for trading. So really all of this entire platform was created because we wanted better tools to help our trading. So it didn't, I didn't start trading because of it, but it exists because I felt like there was something lacking in information that I needed to improve my trading.
Exactly. Guys will dispute exposure model.
And
I'll be going over the
tomorrow,
speed exposure.
tomorrow, basically in day 2 and day 3, I'm going to show you how I use it. So in an order flow setting, and especially in a dark pool setting. I mean, when we were building this, I realized Mitchell was incredibly smart. So I was like, "Yo, man, can you make this? Can you make this? Can you make this?" And he was making my life a little bit easier as a trader, especially as a person who signals on a daily basis. I need this information as quick as possible. I can't be opening 1,000 tabs trying to figure out where this information is coming. So I was like, Mitchell, can you build this? Can you build this? Can you build this? And motherfucker's a wizard, if I'm being honest with you. So he was able to kind of build it. And sorry, at first I was using it by myself, but as we merged and we started adding all these modules, we decided to kind of open it up and see what the community thought. You guys solely trade off this, or do you still use basic charts, level analysis? I mainly use time and sales and dark pool. I mean, I'll glance at the chart, just to get overall a larger direction picture. But Sheen and Geo, man, these guys don't even use charts. These guys use delta and gamma exposure, and Mitchell uses pretty much everything, I would say.
Yes, everything is recorded.
Yeah, so the top questions are pretty much, is everything recorded? Yes, everything is recorded. At the end of the session, you'll receive an email with the recording, and you can watch this recording whenever you want. Now, probably day 1, you're not going to watch it, but day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 is all going to be recorded and sent to you. What's another question that keeps getting asked? Is this day 1? Yes, this is day 1. We just started. But
Ace is out there throwing Sheen procs. Respect.
What up, my other quad? He's about to be another quantitative, and I have Hassan pointing at him. That's my quant, baby.
Yeah. My quant. Okay, so we got it. It's recorded. It is day 1, and we will see you all tomorrow. So have a good night, and we'll catch you tomorrow at 5.
See you guys tomorrow, everybody.
Thank you all for coming here.